Alright, so this is just a quick little tutorial on how to do the Spirit BK skip. I'm not too great at this trick, and I buffer the hell out of it, but I'm still just going to show you how I do it and what works for me, and what frames to look for. So the first thing you do is you go into this corner next to this pillar, target this wall, backflip twice, and then ESS turn 3 clicks, or ESS turns, or whatever you want to call them. So you're lined up like this. Then what you're going to do is you're going to place a bomb down in front of you, and you're going to quick draw your sword with B and shield, and then you're going to hold left and release shield and then pause buffer. So it looks like this. Hold left, and now you hold left and you keep buffering and holding left until the first frame link grabs the ledge right here. Then you want to buffer Z on this frame for the ledge clip, so you just buffer Z, and then you're going to want to pause or time or pause buffer up to one of 4 frames. The frame before this, which is the last quick small red flash on the bomb, big blue and big red, and first frame of explosion work to clip out of bounds. However, I've noticed that dropping and jump slashing on big red or first frame of explosion puts you closer to inbounds, which means it's easier to clip, and it messes up the positioning for the super slide. It makes it really weird. And you might have to do some minor adjustment to get into the right position. So I always try and make sure to drop on big blue or the frame before, just to make sure that doesn't happen. So for this, once you get to this frame, you stop holding Z, you hold A, and you buffer holding A for 1 frame, so Link will drop off the ledge. And if you drop any more than 1 frame, this won't work. If you drop 2 frames, you fall into the unloaded room, and I'll show how to get out of there in just a minute. So on this frame, after you drop 1 frame, you unpause and you just mash B to jump slash clip out of bounds. Then you don't want to move at all, because you want to stay in your position, because it's really easy to clip back in bounds or to fall into an unloaded room. So you want to line up pretty parallel with this this kind of doorway in front of you, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but the better in line you are, the easier it makes the super slide. So you Z target, do a dry roll, then you're going to place 2 bombs down, not shield drop them, you're going to place them down in front of you, and I usually just mash the C button for this, and then after he's placing the second bomb, I hold shield and down to do a back walk. So it looks like this, and then you start pause buffering. So now you're holding shield Z and you're back walking. You want to back walk to the frame where Link's feet spread apart like that, like they just did. You have 2 frames to roll on for the super slide. It's this frame and the one after it, where Link's foot is in the air. And I have pretty solid visual cues for both frames. Some people just use the bomb flashes for the super slide timing, but I personally like to use Link's feet. So on this frame, his feet will go out, then in, and then out, and when they go out again, I mash A to roll for the super slide. And if you were to do it on the frame after this, Link does an animation where he crouches down and then stands all the way up, and then you want to roll as soon as he's all the way stood up. But I personally like this one better, so it's like, and then out, and then you mash A, and then you immediately pause, because you want to be able to pause before Link slides off the edge. If Link does slide off the edge and you're too late on the pause, then you can equip hover boots and hold left and usually clip back in bounds. But I paused early enough, so now we want to buffer to the frame where the heel of Link's feet, or the heels of his feet, are lined up with this pillar that's to the right of him. So it's not this frame, it'll be one more, because they're not quite lined up yet. They might go out of camera shot. Okay, now I can see him. So see how the back of his heels are lined up with the ledge and like the pillar right there. So on this frame, you want to equip hover boots, keep holding Z and shield, and you hold directly left. And you can just hold that for the duration of the trick, and you'll fall back in bounds. You can even unequip hover boots. I can show the other frames that work for the super slide roll. Just place the bomb down, hold left, buffer to first frame of grabbing the ledge. Right here, buffer Z. I'll go to this frame, and then I'll drop for 1 frame, and then jump slash. And this should still put me in a good position. And then I'll try and do the other super slide roll. So I'm going to place 2 bombs down, and I'll go back an extra frame. So last time we went to this frame, and the next frame also works. So his foot's up in the air, and he's going to crouch down, stand all the way up, and then you mash A. And I actually paused on the very last frame. It's kind of hard to tell, but the back of his feet are aligned with that pillar. If I had paused any later, he would have slid off. And then you just quit power boots, hold Z shield and left, and it works. Now, what to do if you fall into the unloaded room. So let's say you do this. Okay, so let's say you do this, you try and do the super slide, or you mess up, and you fall down to this room. And now you can't do anything because nothing's loaded, and you're stuck down here. So you're either forced to death warp, save warp, but there is a third option. If you come over here, you can target this wall, and since I think it's this. Yeah, that can be hook shot. You can also hook shot it from the back, and you can use it to fall out of bounds with a weird shot. So what you can do is you can bonk into this wall, shield drop roll, backflip, pull hook shot. I'm going to assume you already know how to weird shot. If not, I'll just go over it briefly. Basically, on the first frame of the explosion, you want to roll into the explosion and hold down. So you're holding Z shield and down. And you keep buffering to, so this is first frame of damage, I believe it's third frame, so this is 1, or fourth, 2, 3, okay, it's the next frame, fourth frame. And then you release shield and down, and you just buffer Z and hook shot. So, now I'm just buffering Z and hook shot until Link comes back into screen, and then I release everything. And now you're weird shot out of bounds. And you can just hook shot that that little rock wall. You can climb up, and you can hook shot it from out of bounds, and you'll fall and get put right back up here, which is convenient. That's pretty much it for Spirit BK Skip. Some people do like the drop and jump slash unbuffered, which is really tricky. Even buffered, this trick still saves time over doing the other BK skip or the statue climb. So I hope this helps somewhat, and I hope you guys get better at this trick than I am, because I'm really bad. Alright, thanks guys. Peace.